I'll do the
Yeah, I can make copies.
Lake Advisory Board comments, since we have a Marine Commission. That's typically what we do, and I won't do it for the town council. Does that sound good with you, Mayor?
Absolutely.
Mayors or,
So I think I could do that.
unless they
It looks like we have to add it.
Yeah, I know, I don't know mine
Yeah, we got,
That's
every
where
time. Yeah, it
it's
was a
correct.
picture, yeah, because
Yeah.
I've actually had access to it.
How can that be incorrect?
yeah,
That's
we got
not
yours.
wrong. I know it's not wrong.
Yes, I put folders on the OneDrive for all the other boards.
Yeah, I saw that. That's
We
awesome.
can,
Good. I know you and I were talking about that.
Since
That's
we have
right.
a minute to go,
Probably when we were at that last, maybe that last.
I have not talked to you, I'm talking to
Talking about being
Commissioner.
able to put
Oh, listen, that's good.
No, sorry.
Any
get it to you or
pros,
whatever.
cons to any of these things?
Get it in there.
So I'll add that to the agenda as number 4, just the Lake Advisory Board.
Say it again.
It's more appropriate than the Marine
I mean,
Commission.
it's just so much more efficient.
Ken Floyd has dropped out.
Can I get in there?
Yes, I know this is my password.
Because I know, like, he's the new GM, right, which is fine. Which I just
And
look
yet
at.
it's not.
Like, I look at it on my computer, I'm sitting there.
Let's try that.
Did you change it by any chance?
When I get ready to.
Now I'm in.
Oh, you're in?
Here, now, it works this time. All right.
It liked you.
Just open in my office.
We dropped it
Just
out.
sitting there. And you bring it in.
Yeah, I just found that out a
great.
minute ago.
Okay.
Any other?
Yeah, her, she was,
No.
it's gonna be really quick.
Yeah.
Just give
she
me
looks
pro.
on Seton.
There's nothing on here,
She's,
so-
she's got some good business background practice, and knows the area very well. Happy with her coaching experience in college piece. She's been fired at her place, but, and then, Trace Boss
So I
is
guess
very,
we have to
very strong
add-
businessman, very strong,
He's
very strong
recording
businessman.
Yeah.
And,
We didn't put it on.
really,
No.
really like just his presence and how he conducts himself. I think he's on ABC. He's on ABC. Trace, yeah, he's on ABC also.
Anyways,
Like him is at Grafton Lodge, and she's on LSAB, VOA.
Why am I not getting it?
And as a local business owner, because we don't, because, it's kind of changed my whole.
We don't need
mindset.
him, so.
Scott's RBR, and I'd like to have a hotelier for this side.
This is who we have the most of so
Marine
far.
Fish Mission.
It's been quiet out there in the
the
lake.
what?
But the most of
Kind of nice, actually.
And there's, those are the tallies. And there's one on the back, but it only has
When did we go?
Yeah. And I was back over there
Sunday. Might have been Sunday.
I'll tell you what,
I
this
like
Wi-Fi is slow.
Labor Day weekend, I think we went up Sunday. And it was a madhouse.
Yeah, a lot of people. in.
She also lives on Seton, but I
We
don't
just
think
went out, we actually rode
I don't
down,
think it's my only reservation for my life.
pulled up, floated right in front of
She
your,
was not a full-time resident, but her
the
residence.
mouth of your cove.
Oh, nice, that's a good place.
Yeah, we just
It's quiet
let
over
the
there.
boat drift in front of Mark's.
Inside the buoy lines, or?
No, we were outside. We were just sitting out there.
Should go inside the buoy lines, it's even quieter. No one even thinks about turning around.
She's been.
We rode down in there, we're getting ready to leave. I said, let's ride on down there and see Dave standing on his dock. And
Yeah.
you weren't, so we kept going.
Have you already tabulated these?
I'm still waiting on a couple more ballots, but I have I have so far.
Oh, I'm just,
I'm just pulling this up.
so, we're waiting for William, I guess. I think William's gonna make Marine Commission.
Let me give him a call. He
Okay.
should be here. but
Okay,
I'll
I'll wait
call
if
real
he
quick.
is. I'll wait a few minutes, otherwise we'll.
Machado, she's a.
Here he is, he's here, he's here.
Yeah, she's lived here 7 years. She's a real estate
Me
agent.
and Jeff are out the parking lot smoking.
And she's a
Yeah.
Rutherford
Really,
County
these two
Endowment Board
meetings
member.
are not that long.
Oh, don't say that. You just jinxed this.
I know.
No.
Been meeting all day long.
Hi, William.
William?
Hi.
Yeah, hey, Olivia. I had to get the waters and everything.
Slacking over here.
I don't know.
Thank you.
Oh, that's hotel management, short-term rentals. And she was a previous.
Jamie, the church guy, the reason I like him, he sounds kind of towns and whatever. Okay, whatever one is, he's actually an engineer, so it's nice to have somebody, that's why I like these DOT people. I mean, so they actually know what they're let you know when it's convenient, we'll
That'd be
see
great,
what
yeah,
he's going to
that'd be
do.
good.
And I'd also would like him while he's Maddie Mullins a little bit more closely, because once he finds his replacement here for the original engineer, I'm sure he'll be not in
Okay.
this particular area as much. So
I
let's
ran
make
out
sure
without
he
it.
has his money.
Running late. Hit the grant, charged up and
Elmo,
everything.
are you ready? Olivia, you ready? We'll call to order the Town of Lake Lore Marine Commission regular meeting Tuesday, September the 10th at 4 p.m. Do I hear a motion to approve the agenda as adopted, or are there any edits?
Madam Mayor, I have one edit, addition, item number 4, Lake Advisory Board Commissioner Liaison Report, appropriate for the Marine Commission section. And so all the other items would be subsequently increased in number.
All right, here a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Then,
Number 4.
number 4
After public
After
comment.
public comment.
will
yeah.
be the Lake Advisory Board report. Anything else? Hear a motion to adopt the agenda as amended?
I'll make a motion to move, to adopt the agenda as amended.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Then the agenda stands adopted as amended. We will then move on, welcome all of you all who are here. We'll all move on to public comment. I do not have anyone who's signed up for a public comment. Is there anyone who would like to make a comment? If so, you certainly may come to the podium, state your name and your address, and you have 3 minutes to comment publicly. We appreciate all of you coming. We will then move on to the consent agenda, which is approval of the June 11th regular Marine Commission.
LAB, I'm sorry, LAB.
Oh, I'm so sorry, I beg your pardon. Item number 4 is the council liaison report for the LAB.
Well, thank you, Mayor. Actually, the activity on the lake is very much like this meeting, pretty quiet, and so, which is a good sign. First to mention the police report. They give us a report for every LAB. They continue to report that folks are, for the most part, complying with the lake use regulations, which is very good news. There's been a lot of warnings issued, almost no citations issued. The one concern I have about that is that the appropriate proportion, or seems like it's working out, but I would say that we should at least get with the chief to say, does that sound right to you? All kind of warnings and no citations? You know, to me, this should be, yes, Jim, I'm sorry.
I think my comment on that, as long as the warnings give the result you want, then you don't need to resort to
I
something
think that's
punitive.
right.
If that's not the case, then you do need to resort to something punitive, because that gets more attention.
Yeah, no, I think that's right. I think that's absolutely right. And a key metric for that, we've been tracking non-motorized warnings, you know, people being in the middle of the lake pretty closely, and it's dropping off.
Good.
Now, that could be just because of the number of people that have access, but I think it's a good sign. There were only 7 warnings issued in the last 30 days. I'm out there a lot. I think that's right. There are still people out there, of course, but it's really just kind of, you know, happenstance. There's many more people complying than not. So I think the metric is looking good. And so if there are no concerns with that proportion, then I'll pass that on to the police force too.
Right,
that
and
we got.
I think perhaps what's happening is local folks are learning,
Mhm.
and hopefully folks that are renting are getting information from the people renting the boats.
I would
And if
like to
that's
think that.
happening, then it should continue to go down.
Yeah.
How about if we find out what a lot of those warnings were for?
Yep, we have that. Well, I'll get that for you. We have that
Just, I mean,
data.
Just out of curiosity, is
Yeah.
it just simple things, you know, fire extinguisher, kind of, you know,
Yeah,
I don't have all that information with me today.
yeah. You know, we'll get that for you.
Yeah.
No, there's some of significance. I'm sorry, Kathy, did you?
There were, the 7 warnings that you referred to.
Yeah.
Were separate from the 14 warnings for operational issues.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
that's where our concern was yesterday.
Was that on the
those
operation?
14.
Yeah.
yeah, Could we have that by
Yeah,
the work session?
Why don't we compile a whole list of everything to this year, just so we can see, by month, so we actually can see the track history would be great if you could. Town manager, if that's good with you, we'll test that,
Can we do that?
okay?
Yeah, that'd be great. Just curiosity.
Yeah, that's nice. Thank you, Kathy, that's good. The other thing was interesting that Parks and Rec was working associated with the LAB is there was a concerted effort to get our 911 nameplates on the boathouses, and that's been fairly successful. I've noticed it out on the lake as well, which is a good thing, because if we were going to write a citation, now we know what the address is, so that works out really well. Another upcoming thing that the LAB is looking at, coming from community development, there is a interested party in developing the property across from the lake house, which is at where the Tryon Bridge is, to the corner where the town property is, to put in a line of docks. Actually classified as a marina because there'll be rudimentary services like a rest room there. With that, in accordance with the ordinance, is a requirement for the Lake Advisory Board to do two assessments. One is lake impact, and the second one is navigation safety. And they've started that preliminary data gathering site survey to make a determination and a recommendation that'll flow up through the process, through the zoning administrator, to eventually culminate with us. Town council does have to approve any such structure on the lake, so it'll come to us.
So, yeah, so they're developing a map of it.
Yes,
Map.
yes.
And I wouldn't mind, in fact, I would prefer if before it came to this board, it went to the LAB and or the zoning planning.
Yeah, yeah. Normally, if it's compliant, it wouldn't have to go to zoning and planning, but you want it to go to zoning and planning?
Not really, only if they think it's.
Yeah, if it's
Okay.
not special use or
But I
whatever.
think the Lake Advisory Board definitely has
Yeah,
something to say about it.
yeah, no, the lake, it's spelled out. It's spelled out for the lake, in the ordinance, for the Lake Advisory Board to do
Okay.
those two assessments.
Okay.
The Lake Structure Appeals Board would get involved if there were something with it that was non-conforming, or an interpretation of the ordinance had to be done. And so, it'll go through that wicket, and it'll all be vetted out with recommendations before it gets to us.
Good.
But I'm giving, you can go take a look at the property. I don't don't think it's right to have it be like a cold call to the town council to get it. So it'll probably be October where the recommendations will start to filter up. I would anticipate that it would come to us by our November town council meeting. And it doesn't go to the Marine Commission, it does go to town council, because it's a zoning issue. So that's just out there for everyone's information. And Lake Advisory Board is all over it, so we'll see it in October.
So is it actually a zoning issue or a lake use issue?
It is, the zoning ordinance talks about the requirements for a marina.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else do I have here? Interesting, the buoy plan approved by Marine Commission and implemented has not had very many adjustments. A few calls for an adjustment here, an adjustment there, but for the most part, communication has settled down. And David, thank you for your help out there positioning those buoys, but they're monitoring it all the time, and it looks like we're there. So just.
So my brother had I don't know if concern's the right word, but where the one going into the river channel is.
Yeah.
It's a moot issue because there's a dredge there, so I don't think.
That's a big buoy. That's a pretty darn big buoy. Yeah. Yeah. But, so there's no concern? You
I don't think
okay.
so.
All right, if there is, just get it.
He's a brother, it's not like we talk all the time.
I know.
Don't really like.
We won't have to go there. And the last thing is, for the next Marine Commission, we'll get the standard list of adjustments for the lake use regulations. I would classify them as administrative. There's a few dollar amount changes on the fee schedule, and some minor tweaks on policy, but nothing of major significance there. So, and we'll take a look at that, Mayor, in December. And that concludes my report.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just gonna add something here.
Yeah.
I think it might be useful to us for the somehow or other, however we do it, let people know what should they do if they see at this time of year a boat that has no permit or an out-of-date permit? Who should they call? What should they do? Because that happened in the last week, and
Okay.
they were uncertain as to what they should do, which I suggested call Corby.
Yeah.
But I
Right.
think it might be useful to us, just put it on the website or something like that, because, I mean, that's useful for people out there looking at things if they see that, by this
think it's a
time
good
of
idea.
year, you should have a 2024 permit,
Yeah,
for sure,
absolutely.
right?
One would think.
Yeah, I think if Olivia, if you're okay with that, to craft a little something to put it out there. To me, if I were out there and this happened and I saw it, I would call the non-emergency police line. That's what I would do.
But let's agree that you probably have a more intimate knowledge of how stuff works. Okay,
Oh, right,
so I
right. I'm
think
just
it's yeah,
saying for the information
It's
that
just
we
useful
put
for
out
them,
there.
just a name and a number on
Yeah.
what should I do. I
Yep.
suggested they take a picture of the boat, the permit, and send it, bring it to Corbin.
Yeah. And take care, and issue a ticket if necessary. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I mean, we've tried to follow up on taking pictures and stuff, it's always difficult and time consuming. So the quickest, the most efficient way to get after it, police department, is good. Thank you,
Okay.
Mayor. Yeah, that's
Okay.
a great comment.
We will then move on to the consent agenda. Do I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda as posted?
I move that we approve the June 11th, 2024 regular Marine Commission meeting minutes on the consent agenda.
All in favor?
Aye.
Then the consent agenda is approved unanimously. We have no unfinished business, so we'll move on to appeal hearings. Are there any appeal hearings? We have no appeal hearings. New business, there is apparently no new business. And so the last thing that we have to do is to adjourn. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
We stand adjourned. Unfortunately, we cannot start the town council meeting until
That's why I
5.
wanted to put that.
So you have 45 minutes to do all the good things for